these days I just want to live like a positive life, man. Like when I was younger, I was a bit of a hater.
Yeah.
You know, I was a bit narrow-minded, and as I got older, I just thought, man, life's too short to be a hater and shit like that.
Yeah. I hear
And
you.
and then so for the last 5 years or something, I've been quite positive. But then in 2020, I had a bit of a health scare, and I just one day I had to go to a hospital and have brain surgery.
Jeez.
And it was kind of like, I never really freak out about, like, if I feel a bit sick, I'm always like brushing it off and things like that. And then I'm in hospital and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll be out tomorrow or whatever. But then they're like, oh, it's actually pretty serious. And they're like, yeah, you have to stay here. We have to do brain surgery. We got to open up your head, take out, because I had this thing called an AVM. I can't remember the full word for it, but what it was like these tangled blood vessels in your brain, and mine had just like popped, not too much though, and it just started bleeding. But some people, like, they burst and you die. So when I was in there in the hospital, I was like, it made me think about like life a lot, because they came and said, look, man, you're relatively young, relatively still kind of young, and you're still kind of pretty healthy. So they're like, but there is a really small chance that you might not make it through the surgery and you could die. So I was kind of like, fucking hell, all right. And that's when I started thinking about what I really wanted to do in life, and how I just wanted to, I stress less now, and I just wanted to have that positive mental attitude towards everything. Like, I'm not positive all the time, but I try and be positive towards most things. I try and be happy each day, and I try and look at the positive things like all the time, even if I'm in a shit situation, or have no money at the time or whatever. I try and think about all the blessings I actually have in life.
That you need that. You need to have that outlook, man.
Yeah.
And, sorry to hear that you had to
No
go
worries,
through
mate.
that
Thank
to
you.
be able to
Yeah,
realize
yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and I was older. It was kind of like, I wish I could have changed my mindset. Like, because that whole experience really changed my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, fuck, I wish if this had happened earlier, maybe my mindset would have been different in my 20s. You know what I mean?
Fuck, we were just before we were talking about, because we both just turned 40,
Yeah.
and you asked me how did I feel when I turned 40, and there was a lot of just unpacking everything that you just said. That was the biggest takeaway that I had, and it was not I don't think, like, in hindsight, was not the best approach to it. Was that I wish that the way that I approach life now is how I approached it in my 20s.
Oh, dude, I'm exactly the same,
But then it was more like that, no, I had to go through that,
Yeah.
through the bullshit to arrive to where I am now. So I am only the way I am now.
Yeah, that's it.
Because of all that. It could be just because, we've all the accumulation of life experience that we've had, we're fortunate to be healthy, be pursuing things that we want to do. And there is a lot to be grateful for.
For sure, man, for sure.
Yeah.
It is weird. Like, I feel like some people have it, the whole mindset and everything figured out at a younger age. Whereas, like, sometimes I'm like, damn, why didn't I think like I think now when I was in my 20s? But then I think, even though all my 20s was just partying and going to clubs and taking drugs and whatever, I still think of those as like some amazing times, and I kind of needed it to get it out of my system then, so I can be who I am now and have the drive and passion and mindset for things